like to welcome back somebody who comes on our show a couple times a year, and that's Fran Williams. I wish you'd come on more.
Well, I'm available.
Okay.
About that.
She is, of course, with the African American Club, but really what we're talking about right now, Black History Month, and a special event that is going on at the City of Laguna Woods. And this is happening on February 20th, which I think is a Thursday?
It is.
It is a Thursday, okay, at 6:30 p.m. You're going to be showcasing this, this particular actor that a lot of people may not know about, but was very influential and in the type of movies that he did, Herb Jeffrey. And I was reading a little backstory of him. First, tell me about him. How'd you come across him?
I came across him, oddly enough, in researching people in this community to celebrate Black History. Mm-hmm. And we ran across, surprise, surprise, the first black cowboy.
Yes, yeah.
Thought it would be interesting and fun to do a research and to present one of his films to the people here in the village.
And this is a gentleman we were both discussing out there. I read a little backstory on him, and his ethnicity is really mixed, isn't
That's
it?
true.
I mean, just
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you know what they.
Well, his birth name is Umberto.
Yes.
And he is of Latin descent. Mm-hmm. Included in that, though, is also his African heritage. And he has, from time to time, presented or represented any number of ethnic groups.
Right, right.
And finally, settled pretty much on his African American heritage, or showcased his African American heritage.
And he even used different names. Sometimes he was Herbert Jeffries, sometimes Herb Jeffries.
Well, yeah, because his family name, his parents are Jeffrey.
Okay, all right.
Jeffrey. And his stage name became Jeffries.
Right.
And that's how he's most known.
Yeah, and of course having stage names for any actor, especially back then, was 100% normal. Exactly. But I think really, as you know, in particular, for a lot of African American actors and singers and things like that, you know, to overcome all the adversity, the racism, and all that, they might change their name. They might, you know, go into different genres that, you know.
Right.
And this was we talked about another person I came across, Corla Pendant, who did the same. He came off as an East Indian, wore a turban and all that.
It wasn't unusual.
Right,
It wasn't unusual for individuals to assume other ethnic groups and to claim it. And we call that passant blanc, that they're passing. They're passing to be members of different groups. Yeah. And it was for their own economic advantage that they did that.
So he made many different movies, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And they were all linked to Westerns primarily. Mm-hmm. But in addition to making films, he was very well known as a jazz musician. Yes, yeah. And he played with Count Basie's band and many other, Duke Ellington's band. So he was known across the board, you know, as a consummate entertainer.
Now, when he was playing in those bands, was it under this name or under his original name?
It was under the Jeffries name.
The Jeffries name, okay. So on coming up on the 20th, you're going to be having showing a bunch of his films, or one, or just kind of doing a talk about
We're showing one film, and we will have a discussion. Mm-hmm. It's like a reception, the movie reception and opening night, where we're showing Herb Jeffries. It's Harlem.
Harlem Rides the Range.
Harlem Rides the Range, yes. And so we'll talk about that. Yeah. And talk about some of his other films, but we're only showing one. And for that one film, it's about an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to also tell folks that when I was researching him, a Huell Hauser, California's Gold episode came up. So Huell Hauser interviewed him twice, I think in a span of maybe 20 years, because they both had aged quite a bit over that time. So you can look that up. Those are free to find, and but that would be an interesting aside to this as well.
And Herb Jeffries lived to be 100.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He just passed away in 2013.
Oh, wow. Oh,
and
wow. That's
there
incredible.
is an extensive exhibit
amazing.
Of him and his works in Apple Valley.
Okay.
Here. And it's in the Western Museum. And there are depictions of him with Roy Rogers, with Gabby Hayes, and
wow.
all the old, all the old Western guys.
It seems to me that I read about him before, and it's been many years since I've been up to the Gene Autry Western Museum in Griffith Park. And there's a whole area about movies and television. So I think that's where I first saw him. Because when I looked it up, I looked at some of these posters, and I'm thinking, it seems I've seen these before.
You've seen that before, yeah. Yeah, I would imagine.
Great history.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to be giving kind of a talk and question and answer afterwards?
Yes. I'll do a brief introduction of the film and the city. And this is... I'm very proud of Laguna Woods because as a city, they have joined the rest of the nation in celebrating Black History Month.
Right.
And doing it in a very nice and enlightening way.
Yeah.
And presenting to people both African Americans here in our immediate community as well as nationwide.
Right.
And here in California, we have a very rich history of African American accomplishments and what have you. So to do for the City Council, and I'm with the Civic Support Committee here in the city.
Yeah.
So to go out of their way to do something like this, we in the Black community are very appreciative of that.
I think it's great.
And we're inviting, this is open for any and everyone. It's a free event, so I encourage everyone to come out, enjoy it, and see a Western movie. When's the last time?
I know, and you know what? You're going to learn something, and it's kind of a twofold. You're going to learn about this gentleman, and I'm sure about other influence of Black actors during that time, and also Hollywood itself and the Westerns and all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, though, with the African American Heritage Club, they too are doing a movie, and we were surprised. But it's on the runaway slaves. Okay. And that too is open to the public. It's on Saturday, the 16th.
All right. And what movie is that? Do you know the title or?
The Runaway Slaves.
The Runaway Slaves. Okay.
Yes.
So is it more of a documentary or an actual movie?
It's pretty much a documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So if you want more information as far as you can't contact the city, but this is, again, Thursday, February 20th. The doors open at 6:30, and they're going to be presenting this film, Harlem Rides the Range, with actor Herbert Jeffrey. And of course, Fran will be there, and it's going to be just a really nice evening.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Can't help emphasize it's free.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
It's
great to have you. Come on more.
Okay.
I
will.
You take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll be back.